Hi YouTube, it's Jo. Welcome to JoProgo Weekly. It has been far too long. I apologize. I miss doing JoProgo Weeklies. They're like this, you know? What am I standing on? I don't even know. So I felt inspired today because I saw this video by Hannah Hart. Yes, I love Hannah Hart so much, about going to college, and I was like, oh my god, that was so helpful. Advice for going to college, because at the moment I am applying, or I'm looking at schools to apply to, because I'm thinking about changing my program. So I thought I would do a very special edition of what the fuck to do when you're a queer person and you're applying to college. Let's go. Ugh. I smoked a bowl, so I'm phlegmy. Pardon. First thing, I am qualified to talk about this as an individual who is queer, who has gone to many colleges. In case you wanted qualifications. The very important thing to know about all of this is that I am most qualified to talk about this because I am going to tell you what I did so that you won't do that. And I'm going to tell you what I'm doing now that helps me know to do better. Whoa, English. I didn't know I was queer the first time I applied to college. I didn't know I was queer till I practically graduated my undergrad institution. And I grew up in a super religious family, and so I did the only thing that a super religious person does. I went to a super religious school and I majored in theology. If you're a queer person, you can do this if you want, but it's better to be prepared maybe. Then I came out as a lesbian. I'm not a lesbian, but you know, identity is hard. Labels, you can take them on and off. I put on lesbian for a while because I thought it was my label, but it's not. Anyways, I came out as a lesbian while I was in this theology program at this Christian school. It was a Christian theology program, not like world religion theologies, so we were only studying Protestant Christianity. Evangelical Protestant Christianity. What was happening to me? I don't know. So anyways, came out the last year of school of it was like my 5th year, senior year of that program, and it was a great learning experience. Meaning that I experienced discrimination, and my grades fell not because my performance had changed, but because my professors were giving me lower grades because I had come out as gay. Now I'm in another institution, and I didn't know I was trans before I applied to this institution, so I found one, and there were lesbian faculty, and it was like close to home program. It was distance learning, which I thought would be great because I was struggling. I have been with mental illness and like learning how to manage that. This program turns out not trans friendly at all, and I only learned that because I came out as trans, and when I come out everywhere. So I came out as trans, and I'm at school, and disaster. Not disaster, it's hard though. Anyways, all of that long ass introduction is because I'm now looking for a new graduate program to go to, and I thought I would tell you what I'm doing to try and find the most trans and queer friendly MFA program that I can. MFA program is a Master of Fine Arts, and I'm doing that in creative writing. First thing to do that I've done is I've Googled LGBT friendly MFA programs, or like queer friendly, or whatever your labels are, friendly. And then I looked at articles to see like if there are schools mentioned several different times, programs that are mentioned a few different times, and I look for if they mention what faculty specifically are teaching the program who are queer. If you're going to an undergrad institution, I recommend doing this too, even though like majors change a lot when you're an undergrad. Like for most of us, they change all the time. But it's still good to like whatever you're focused on at the moment, whatever you're seriously going to school for or you want to go to school for, make sure that there are going to be some allies there for you. An ally in my terms right now is like another queer person. who understands queer issues, or at least is willing to learn, but it's really hard to educate your educators. They don't like it, and I don't like it. I'm here to be educated. I don't want to have to do the extra work to like educate you so you can be kind to me while educating me. Side note of anger. Okay, so then what I do, because I really like mail, is I will go request information from all the schools that I've decided are possibilities. At this point, I'm not contacting anyone because I don't like to talk to people that I don't know, except you guys. You all are fun to talk to on the internet. So I request brochures to be mailed to me from these places, and this will tell me two things. One, when you fill out an information form, they often want you to select your gender, and often there are only those two choices, which I don't fit into those categories in any form, as many of you don't either. But there are occasionally schools, like I found one school that had transgender as a gender option, which was really cool. Unfortunately, it's a religious institution. So at this point, this will tell you like what kind of information they're going to give you and what they want from you. It'll tell you right off the bat if you're going to have to like claim a gender that's not yours, or like if they've made room for you to exist at their institution. Most of them have not, but if you find one, hooray! So then in the mail, you'll get things like maybe a folder like this with lots of information in it. This is my favorite kind. A fancy letter and another like magazine thing. This one even wrote me a handwritten thing. This is the transgender one. They have transgender as an option. PLU, but it's Lutheran. I don't know how I feel about going to a Lutheran school. Shh. That's my globe. Okay, so you'll get these in the mail, and this accomplishes a couple things for me at least. One, I have like physical, visual, tactile like copies of these schools so that I'm not like losing it all on the internet or like in my bookmarks because I can't keep track of that shit. They're in my hand and I can like keep it organized in my face. It will also tell me like, it tells me what the school wants me to know about it. Like you can see the people that they put in the pictures and you can just judge the fuck out of your school right now. Trigger warning, lots of swearing in this video. So yeah, you'll see like pictures of who's going there, who they want you to see is going there, because everything is like staged. Schools are presenting an image, just like we all do. Right now I'm presenting the post-hiking image. I went hiking this morning with my friend and now I'm home and I'm sweaty. Post-hiking image. Then you've got like a surface view of the college. You've got like what kind of information are they willing to give you off the bat. It'll usually give you contact info like for someone in your program or your field. At that point then, this is where I'm at now. I'm not ready to move to the next step, but I have to. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to start contacting faculty and ask if I can speak to a student or two in the program, and I'm going to ask them if there are queer people in the program, if there are trans people, what they've done to make room for trans people. I'm doing this over email because I can't do it over the phone. I'm not that brave. But over email, I can totally do this. And most professors want to talk over email, and most of us want to talk over text. So anyways, this is what I'm doing next with the schools that I really want to look at. So I'm going to choose like 5 or 6 of these, which is a lot of work. You don't have to do that much if you don't want to, but I highly recommend it, because it's awful to get to a school and know who you are and then not have your people around you, like not have the LGBTQIAP family. It's really lonely to go to school and be isolated in that respect and not have faculty you can relate to and who are going to have your back, because there are going to be faculty probably that don't want to have your back also. Also, I've never gone to a public school, and so I don't know how it's different in public institutions. I'm hoping, oh hi Beast. I'm looking at public institutions too and hoping that that might be a better experience, but I don't know. So once you've done all of that, if you can, like of course do a campus visit, but let's be honest, it's really fucking expensive to drive across a state, let alone fly across a country. So that's not always possible, and that's why talking to other students about their experiences on campus, like with discrimination or with having their pronouns and names respected, and how hard is it to get your name changed in the middle of school. These are great questions to ask like students who are willing to give you honest answers. At that point, you have a lot more information than you had. This is just about the trans side of things, the queer side. There's lots of like financial things, blah, blah, blah. I worry about those things last because I'm like, well, why would I like pay cheaper for a program and be treated poorly? not worth it. Anyways, that's my like little, here's what I'm doing to try and get myself to a program that I want to be a part of, because I'm really tired of being in programs that don't have room for me to be in the program. As I'm sure many of you are too. Another thing to always remember through this process, because these programs are also going to have a lot of like language that's overwhelming and sounds really professional and above my head, and it's intimidating. So you have to remember the whole time, believe in yourself, because you work hard, you are a capable human being, and if this is what you want to do, you can do this. Just tell yourself that. You can do this. We can do this. We can get ourselves to schools that will respect us. I believe they're out there, and I believe we can. Yeah. Because it is like, I don't know, it's hard to look at a new school. It's hard to think about moving. It's hard to think about being in a place that is different and being with new people. And it's like intimidating to think about doing this program, any program, because you haven't done it yet, and so you don't know the things that you're going to know. So it's okay if it sounds like intimidating. It's okay if you feel shy. It's okay if you feel scared. Like, have your feelings. Ask the questions. Don't be afraid to ask a lot of questions. And apply a lot of places if you can. It's expensive to apply to school. You can ask for tuition waivers. You can ask for, not tuition waivers, application fee waivers. Ask for those, even if they say they're not given. What's the harm in asking? And if you can only apply to like 1 or 2 schools, doing all this work beforehand will make sure that you feel comfortable about the place you're applying, or hopefully you will. That's my hope for you. That's my hope for me. I hope that at the end of this year, all of us who are applying to school, we end up at a place where we are comfortable and can learn, because it's hard to learn when you're uncomfortable. Contrary to religious institutions' belief. Let me know if there are other things you have done to make sure you got to a place that you're like, to a school that you're comfortable in, and how you got there. Or if there's other awful experiences that taught you a lesson, share those below too. We're here for one another. I love you. We're gonna be okay. Believe in yourself. I'll talk to you later. Bye! Testing again, and again, and again, and again, and again. Anyways.